What's up? Today's the day off because I work Saturday, so I get a day off during the week. So I chose to make it a 3-day weekend. Comes with this nice carry bag. It's really nice here right now. This is going to be more for like the heavier duty car stuff. I'm going to use this to actually polish and buff those like 1950s or pre-1950s electrolyte pliers that I found out there in the
So I don't know
garage.
where that article went, but this is something that talks about the new one from Brew that's here, that's been here. I got it now.
Gotta mute the other phone. It cost right at 60 bucks. It was like $60 for it. The cheaper line was 40, and then the one above that was 50, and then the best one, which is this one, was $59.99 or something. They had the kit, which is the battery, the charger, and the drill. The other ones you had to buy the battery and stuff separately, so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. It's nice inside the bag. It's got separate compartments. Yeah, Harbor Freight has it. It's the standard 20 volt, 1.5 amp hour lithium battery. It's not the big, like, I think it's like a 2.5 or a 3.0 amp hour one. It's a smaller one. And then here is the clip that goes on the side of it, but I don't ever use the clip for anything, so I typically don't even put these on. And most power tools that I get, I take them off anyway because they're annoying. I have some Ryobi stuff. I really like Ryobi. Ryobi's a great brand. I just got that new, what is it called? Like, it's like their HYPERMAX or whatever it is, but it's Ryobi's line. It's the higher horsepower, or not higher horsepower, the higher torque right angle drill. So when I'm doing exhaust manifold studs and when I have to drill them out, I use Ryobi's. I find that it has the smallest profile that I've seen so far. It's the new green and like blue colored, more efficient, more powerful Ryobi. And then here they send a couple bits with it. And it's a drill, hammer drill. Feels really nice. It's got a nice grip to it. It's got some nice weight. It almost feels like a Milwaukee, the way it's sitting in my hand, the way it feels, and the way the design of the end is. It's almost like a Milwaukee design. Feels nice. It's got a battery light on the back of it here. got 2 speeds, 1 and 2. Feels nice. Feels very nice. Now for the charger. I like how it fits in there nice and tight, but it's not super hard to push the lock in to get it out. It's actually really, really easy. And it doesn't fight you. A lot of these, when you go to push them in, they get stuck or they try to fight you. This doesn't do that. It's super simple. Pretty thick studs too, where it goes on the spades. Not real thin and flimsy, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I get that, but I'm not all hell-bent like some people are. I try to buy in the USA if I can, but if I have to buy budget, I buy budget. I don't kick other made parts out of my life. Any of you on the internet that swear by made in the USA and continue to say made in the USA means that it's completely from the USA, a lot of you are wrong. A lot of the material and parts that get put into our tires and everything else come from other countries. It's not completely from the USA, so I don't feed into all that baloney when people start saying, oh, yeah, but it's made in China. Yeah, they get stuff from us and they make their products from the stuff that they buy from us as well, and we do the same for them. Most of the things are all assembled in the USA now. You know, people try to bait me with that stuff on this channel all the time and try to make me get into these conversations. And I hate doing that, but I have to at least make it clear that your made in the USA stuff isn't completely from the USA. Fits nice and snug. Doesn't just slop in there. For all the glove freaks out there, you're going to see me working with chemicals later, because after this video is over, I'm actually going to switch into those old pliers from like the 1950s, the electrolytes. I got them in that bag of CLR right now, but I'm about to pull them out, and I've got some brass brushes that I'm going to put in the drill, and I'm going to softly brush over all that rust and try to get it out of there. And then I bought a package of polishing compound and stuff, so we can try to bring those pliers back as much as possible and get all that rust and everything out of there. And I'm going to be working with chemicals, so I went ahead and pulled a pack of gloves off the shelf when I was there for all the chemical freaks that are going to be leaving all the negative comments in the comment section, so I could at least appease them. Now this was like $4.99 at Harbor Freight for this package of discs, but I actually went and bought a massive box from a outlet store that ships through Amazon. I know a lot of people say you're buying third party, you pay for what you get, and the box did show up damaged for sure. But what ended up happening is there's like 50 pieces to that one box, and it was only $17.99. And it has a lot of these that are much more durable than this. So for this piece alone, I paid, I think it was $4.99 on sale because I'm a member. But when I went on Amazon and found that box of all these discs from small to large to even larger to these that are more like heavy duty than this, I only paid, I think it was $16.99 or $17.99, and it was a 50-piece master box from a wholesale outlet. And I've never got that many of those for that cheap. You know, when I do front covers and oil pans and stuff like that, I use them all the time, just because I don't like Ford's recommendation on how to clean the pans. I kind of do it my own way, just for the simple fact that the pans come back leaking anyway when you follow their direction. So I just don't do it that way. Then you have comebacks over and over and over again. But we found, the technicians in the field found their own way to do it, to where it's very, very clean and it bonds very, very good, and the vehicles don't come back. So I use these on the covers and on the pans. Let me turn the volume down on this phone. So I grabbed a package of gloves while I was out. And then I'm going to try this out. I don't know how good it's going to do, but it's their Chicago Electric buffing compound and polishing set. And it says the red clay bar is for polishing gold, silver, and platinum. And the white clay bar is for polishing copper, brass, aluminum, steel, iron, nickel, chrome plate, gold, silver, and platinum as well. And then they give you a polishing disc that goes with it. So we're going to try this out. We're going to see if this, when all the rust is off of those electrolyte pliers, if I can polish them up a little bit and surprise the girlfriend's mother with you know, this new set of pliers that was probably her, I think it was her grandfather's or her dad's. Huh? Oh, she got earphones in. I think it was her father's or something like that. Because when she came in here last night, she seen me cleaning them and getting all the rust and stuff off of them. And she said, you know, pretty sure those were my father's. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to clean them all up and get all the rust off these old pliers, because they're a really, really, really nice set. Like, really nice set. I went out and pulled some old rotten, nasty license plate studs out of the girlfriend's truck because she wanted to put her new plates on there. And I used those old electrolyte pliers, and I was like, holy crap, man, just putting these things in my hand, the weight of them, and how there was no play. I just grabbed right onto those rusty studs because the socket kept stripping out on it, and just pulled those suckers right out of there. And the teeth on that thing just grabbed real nice and just bit right into that rust and pulled them right off. And I was like, man, you don't find pliers like that today. Just the deep grooves and everything, and how heavy those pliers were, just pulled those studs right out of that license plate. And it says, when I looked it up, it says those pliers were from like the 40s and 50s, and could be as late as the late 30s, early 40s, because they used the same type of design where it was like True Tool, SK, and Electrolyte all like branded their stuff like the same type of design. So we're going to use this to polish it up. I got some mini ones if I need to get in tight spots to polish those pliers up, slip joint pliers. And then I ended up picking up this little brass set. We're going to try the brass set first so we don't really gouge into the metal or anything like that, and see what happens. But for now, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, that went flying. Wow. Holy pork. That's nice. Normally you hold them things and they try to bind up, but that's got some juice behind it. So that's down to 13, 14. and this is on 18. Yeah, it's hard for me to stop it. Turn it all the way up. Yeah, you ain't stopping that. You'd have to grab a pair of pliers, but that's pretty heavy duty right there. The barrel on this thing, that's a thick barrel. That's a nice design. I like that. I think the last time I used something like that was when I got a bit stuck in a Milwaukee drill and I couldn't get it out. And this part right here was cutting into my hand while I was trying to grab it, so I had to put a pair of pliers around it and then re-grease everything inside so I could actually get the bit out of it. That's a nice drill. Well, I think that's the initial unboxing review. It went great. It looks good. It's a nice package, nice setup. You can take your tools and they've got their own compartment. And there you go. Zip her up. And that's it. I like the product. I think it's it looks pretty legit. It looks pretty heavy duty, just like it says HYPERMAX on the box. Kind of resembles something that's pretty heavy duty like that, and I think this is going to be a good run. We'll find out though over the next couple of weeks of using this thing. We'll try to beat the hell out of it, see what we can get out of it, but it seems like it's very well built. There's a reason why this name keeps creeping up out there in the automotive tools, because it keeps getting better and better and better and better. So I would definitely consider at this point, just from the initial setup of taking it out of the box, using it, putting it together, how nice it is, how everything clips together. The material seems really good, and I would definitely say it's probably worth buying without actually putting it to use first. Just on initial thought, it seems like it's a legit, really nice tool. But now we move from here and we use it. So I'm going to end this now. I'm going to come back with a towel and everything set up on the table, and then we're going to actually see what we can do with these old rusty 1950s electrolyte pliers. Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice, and it's got a lot of power. The batteries aren't that expensive either. I think you could upgrade to a 3.0 amp hour battery. It said it was like $39.99 for the battery, where a lot of the other batteries out there from Milwaukee and DeWalt and everything else is, you know, you're paying upwards of 60, 70 bucks, and you're getting the same power out of it. So I think at that point, this would be a good investment for somebody, especially if you're young, you're starting out, you're newer to the automotive field, or you just want some heavy duty stuff around the house. This would be a great investment initially. The reason I like getting tools from the tool truck is because those guys are there every week. It saves me a trip to the store if anything happens. You know, if I buy a Snap-on or a Matco or a Mac or Cornwell, those guys come to the shop. So that's why I typically like supporting them, because they get the specialty tools that I need and don't wear out so much. Those are always going to be my go-to, because I don't destroy those tools. I mean, and if I do, they're taken care of right away. Something like this, I got to go drive to the store. I got to take time out of my weekend, and then eventually, if it happens enough, then you have to start considering, well, do you pay more and get more? What's going on, Nate? Do you pay more and get more and not have to worry about the problems, or do you pay less and hope that you get, you know, a really good product? And I think that's what this here. I think we paid less, and I think this is going to be a phenomenal product. So let's see what happens next. We're going to end the live now, and I'm going to go get set up for the next one. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. Be right back. Be blessed.